Good morning, everyone. Facebook is changing its platform every single day. It's awful hard. I hope you guys can see me. If you can see me, please say hi or send a quick message. Or type in, say hi. Anyways, good morning. Good morning. Good to see you all. Okay, guys. So I see a couple of people have already joined our live session today. Today's session, we'll be talking about a good bit of things. So the total duration of the session will be around 40 to 50 minutes. Hi, Baiju. Welcome to our live session. So today we'll be talking about the recent updates from our Taoiseach, or the Prime Minister, Leo Vardakar. Hi, Sam. Hi, Shiny. The recent COVID update in Ireland. Also, I will be talking about student visas. There's a lot of questions which I received regarding student visas. Also, the question regarding full-time and part-time jobs in Ireland. I will be touch basing regarding travel bans or travel restrictions, and also I'll be talking about overseas recruitment trends. So today, these are the topics which I'll be covering, and you might have a lot of questions as well. Please let it comment. Let this conversation be natural. The more you ask, the more I'll be able to converse with you. So, guys, it's been a tremendous year, 2020. A lot of us are going through a difficult sort of situations. Healthcare workers in general are actually under tremendous pressure throughout the year and throughout the world, dealing with this pandemic. And what I have to say, as myself as a healthcare worker, is we will get through this. It'll take another few more weeks or months to actually eradicate coronavirus until they find a vaccine. Till then, we all have to work together to resist this COVID-19 situation. Anyways, so let's start on the first topic, which is the update from our Prime Minister, or Taoiseach. So Leo Vardakar, he actually made a press release about Ireland is actually reopening its doors now. So government publishes roadmap to ease COVID-19 restrictions and to reopen Ireland's economy and society. So I will share this link in the description later on. So just read through it. What Ireland is going to do is it actually is phasing its opening stage into 5 different phases. So phase 1 will start on 18th of May. Phase 2 will be 8th of June. Phase 3 will be 29th of June. Phase 4 will be 20th of July. Phase 5 will be 10th of August. So the government on Friday, that was on 1st of May, they published a roadmap. I have actually sent a quick update in all of our Facebook groups and Facebook pages regarding what all phases which will include. So the roadmap will start from 18th of May, from which point our country, that is Ireland, will reopen in slow, phased way. The plan sets out in 5 stages for unlocking restrictions at a 3-week intervals. As we ease restrictions, the rate of virus in the community will be constantly monitored by the National Public Health Emergency Team and the government. So what they're saying is, like, they are going to phase this opening, rather opening the doors completely together. What they're going to do is they're going to phase the actual opening in 5 different phases. So meanwhile, from next Tuesday, that is this coming Tuesday, after the bank holiday Monday, they are going to increase the people, those who are currently we can only go and do some exercise around the house up to 2 kilometers, around 2 kilometers radius. Now, from next Tuesday, people, for the purpose of exercising, they're going to increase to 5 kilometers. And they specifically said people who are cocooning need to continue to do so. However, it may be possible from Tuesday to go outside for exercise and fresh air, as with others in the society, provided within 5 kilometers of your home, and observe social distancing at all times. That's the restriction. Like, you cannot go any distance more than 5 kilometers. And I have to say, guys, for the last many weeks, Ireland is under complete lockdown, and people are very sensible, very conscious about where they go. I mean, the guards are on the street. It's actually becoming like a new normal at the moment. People are very cautious, and I have to say, Ireland as a country has actually done an extremely great job, because you wouldn't believe the cases which I'll give you an update about the live cases in Ireland when compared to the neighboring state as UK or any other countries. It's extremely low. And well done to all the people in Ireland that has actually heard the public health advice or took the public health advice and are very responsible for their deeds. Anyways, so let's start with phase 1, which is actually on the 18th of May. What they're going to do is allowing outdoor meetings between people from different households. They will open up childcare for healthcare workers. Phase return of outdoor workers. Outdoor workers will be like construction workers, or road workers, so they will be coming back to the streets on 18th of May. They will open retailers, which may primarily outdoor, or those which will open during the first level of restrictions. Example, opticians, those kind of GP services. They will slowly open that, and also opening outdoor public amenities. Or the phase 2, which is the 8th of June, they will allow visits to households. So if you have a friend, so you can go and meet your friend only after 8th of June. They develop plans and support to open up businesses with consideration for safety of staff and customers. Open small retail outlets and marts where social distancing can be observed. Open public library. So 8th of June is when you can basically go and meet your friends, and you can go to a public library, etc. On phase 3, which is now we are advancing at a very good rate. Our day-to-day cases are going really low, and now phase 3, 29th of June, we'll allow, the government is going to allow small social gatherings, opening of creches, childminders, preschools for children of essential workers in a phased manner. Return to work for those with low level of interaction, like office-based work and low levels of interactions. Open non-essential retail outlets with street-level entrance and exit. And also they're going to open playgrounds. On phase 4, which is the 20th of July, opening of creches, childminders, and preschools for children and of all other workers on a gradually increasing basis. Return to work for those who cannot work from home. Gradually easing of restrictions for higher risk services like hairdressers. And final thing is opening of museums, galleries, places of worship, etc., which will be on the 20th of July. And the last one is phase 5, which is happening on 10th of August, allowing larger social gatherings. Return to work across all sectors on a phase basis, commencing at beginning of academic year 2020 to 2021, opening of primary and secondary schools and third level institutions, furthering easing of restrictions on high risk retail services, etc. So as they say, the roadmaps also set as a framework for future decision making, which will be always underpinned by public health advice. They will be regularly assessing the level of transmission. If it's low and it's gradually kept under, gradually restarting the economy, that's what they're going to do. They're going to keep on reviewing this current situation. So what I will do is, guys, I just read it off from the gov.ie website, that is government website, which outlines all the different sort of criteria and how they're going to reopen Ireland. It's like a roadmap. I've actually shared a quick one-page document in our Facebook pages. So just have a read through, which is very interesting to know. So let me say in a broader context that Ireland is slowly opening its door to its some sort of a normality, and I have to say to all my viewers that this is going to be our normal for quite a long period. It's not going to go back to the same way how we used to be. Now it'll be like a normal going forward. The next topic, before I go to the next topic, I want to say hi to people, those who actually joined us today. Baiju, hi, good to see you here. Sam, hi. Shiny, good to see you. Sid, hi. Suana, hi. Stephen, hi. Mincy, good to see you. Sid, I sent you a message via Messenger and yet no response from you. I'd like to know how can I apply for hemodialysis nurse. I've cleared Ielts exam. I hope you could help me to find a job. Sid, unfortunately, I'm not able to answer all the, I have to say, thankfully, I'm getting hundreds of messages every single day, and it's practically impossible to actually give one-to-one personal care to people. So that's why I'm coming through a live session today. If you could understand that I'm working as a director of nursing, I'm running a center, and also I'm creating this social media content. We are actually a group of people which we try to post a lot of updates. So whatever you need, it's all in our YouTube page. Just go to our YouTube page and YouTube channel and type in Hirehood, and you could see almost 176 vlogs, 176 vlogs. Out of that, maybe 80 or 90% of them is related to what you've asked. So if you've cleared your exam, you can actually go to you can go to YouTube and type in how to register as a nurse in Ireland. Your answer is right there. I don't have to basically go one by one, because unfortunately, my friend, it's rather impossible to answer every single person. Anyways, Kirtana, good to see you. Would you please talk about engineer recruitment? Yes, I will. I will do it. I will make a content for you, definitely. I'm doing good, Kirtana. Just literally, thank God, was extremely busy. You all know that I'm working as a director of nursing, and I'm extremely busy running center, managing COVID out of our centers, as well as to keep myself safe and the family safe. So it is a tough moment for all of us. So I hope you guys are all safe. And Charlotte, hi, good to see you. Deepu, good to see you. Kavya, good to see you. Tiji, hi. Faith, hi to see you. Sini from Zimbabwe, good to see you. Jacob, good to see you. Adra, nice to see you as well. So let's move on to the second topic, which is actually a COVID update. I have actually, I'm quite surprised to see the Ireland's response, or Ireland, how is it dealing with the COVID situation? So I've made a quick note. I've made a quick note about the total cases. The total cases of coronavirus, or people those who are infected, is 3.4 million. 1 million people recovered from it. 245,000 people died due to direct COVID problems. In Ireland, this is something we have to listen. Is in Ireland, there's only 21,000 cases, confirmed cases. 13,000 people recovered from it, and surprisingly, it's 1,200 people died in Ireland. Unfortunately, those 1,200 people died, but they, majority of them had some sort of other comorbidities. But relatively, when you compare to other countries, Ireland is actually in a very, very good position. There are certain reasons for it. Very good leadership, that's the first one, and very good guidance from the public health. Public health and HSE are doing a brilliant job to push out information and notifications to hundreds of thousands of people every single day. I have to say, as a director of nursing, I get maybe like 10 or 15 emails from HSPC, HSC, HICWA, and public health. So all these different areas do send a lot of updates, and me or all of the general public, we are being so informed about how and what to do in the situation, and being thoroughly supported by the government. And that's the outcome. You could see it's only 21,000 cases since the beginning of this COVID situation. If you compare it to UK, guys, I don't have a word to say. Unfortunately, UK and US situation is extremely, like, it has exploded, and that's what Ireland has learned from other countries, not to make the same mistake. So they have closed the schools, crashes, pubs, restaurants, social gathering, everything, like weeks and weeks in advance. So it is a great thing. It's a great feeling, as well as a great comfort for people who are actually living in Ireland. Anyways, guys, so that's the COVID update. Now I will move on to student visas. As you heard me reading through the different phases. If you haven't joined early stage, guys, I'm going to post this video in our YouTube channel, so you can check it out. So in the beginning, I was actually talking about different phases, and on the phase 5 is about the opening colleges, schools, etc. So that's actually 10th of August. So if you actually look at that, and I've spoken to many colleges so far, and colleges have confirmed that everything goes as normal. Admissions are as normal so far. There is no changes in the admissions or the colleges or the curriculum. Nothing has changed. So currently, the new kids or new people, those who are actually planning to come to Ireland, the student visa channel is open and people can apply to different colleges. Don't be thinking, oh God, that there will be some sort of restrictions. So far, there is no restrictions. And say in most of the colleges, if you as a candidate have actually applied to study, and God forbid, if the COVID situation worsens and the college are not in a position to offer you a tuition, then they will refund the money back. Like most of the colleges we Hirehood works with have confirmed that if due to any reasons, if our classes can't go forward, they will refund every single money back. So that's the update about student visas. Student visa pathway is still open, and people could actually start now the processing. So you can actually join here by August or September. The next topic I want to talk about is full-time and part-time jobs. Guys, the situation is, due to the lockdown, it has seriously hit many industries. There's many industries like aviation industry, hotel or hospitality industry, like general workforce. Every major of industries have been hit. So there's tons and tons of people those who are already lost the job. So it is so hard to see people, like, most in the current system, there's only like healthcare related jobs are more prevalent, are more accessible. And also like if you are a nurse, most of the employers are in a difficult situation and they want a nurse or a healthcare worker or a healthcare assistant immediately. So what they're saying is, what I'm saying is, as a full-time, there's plenty of full-time jobs or roles available for healthcare workers, but unfortunately the other jobs are a bit scarce at the moment because the businesses have closed for last few weeks, and there is no jobs generated to that. And there is, when I talk about part-time jobs, there are so many opportunities. So if you're a nurse or if you're a healthcare assistant in Ireland, you can join Hirehood. Now we have opened a new wing called Hirehood Locum, which is actually locuming. So you could actually go to multiple places, actually work maybe a shift or two shifts or a couple of shifts. So you'll be registering with Hirehood and you can go and work on our behalf. So that's part-time jobs are now becoming a trend now in Ireland, but it's only for a short span of time. I'll answer a few more questions here. Rakesh actually asked, Sri, how are you? I'm doing good, Rakesh. Extremely busy, my friend. Literally busy because of the current COVID situation. As you know that we have as a healthcare worker, it's never easy. And when you are managing a big center, then your job is double. So yeah, I am busy, but I am safe. Thanks for asking. Ishika, hi, good to see you. Preet, hi, good to see you. Srijaya, hi, good to see you as well. Rini, good to see you. Shabin, what's the condition there right now? Shabin, the condition, I mean, it's pretty much under control, as I've actually mentioned earlier in the video. So I'm going to post the same video in our YouTube channel. But as I mentioned, the situation is very much under control. 20,000 cases, 13,000 people got from it, and it's only like 1,200 people died. But there are strict restrictions. There are strict restrictions. So there is travel bans. Me as a person, I'm a healthcare worker, so I can go to work. I need to produce. I've been often checked by guards. So guards on the street, they will check me and ask me where am I going. So that's a way to control people not to go or not to make an unnecessary travel. So the condition is pretty much under control, and and the government has actually released information regarding reopening Ireland. So that's soon coming. So from next Tuesday, our restrictions will be slowly eased. That's what we will see now. Okay. So I'll answer a few more questions here. Can I book the aptitude test now? Yes, you can. Faith, you can book the aptitude test. The aptitude test is actually booked online. So what you could do is go to rcsi's website, and on that particular area, it's pretty simple. It's pretty basic. You can book the test now. But again, the test dates, I think, on back of my head, it's sometime in end of July. So don't be panicked. So if you actually go and book it, and God forbid, if the corona situation worsens, you can always reach back to RCS and ask for an extension. 100% all the time. Some people do prepone it, some people postpone it. It's always possible. So you can go right now to the website and make those necessary bookings. Okay. Sonia, hi to see you. What about RCSI test? So the tests are going as normal, as we said. If you're actually in Ireland, you can go to the test. But if you're coming from a different country, that's what the next thing I want to talk about is, when you come from a different country, you have to self-isolate for 14 days. So I'm going to quickly read out from the DFA. That's Dublin. That's the aviation update. So that's from the airport update. I'm going to read out. Give me 1 second there. So according to the DFA, like currently is, there is no major travel bans. Like all the countries have actually, sorry, yeah, all the countries have actually stopped international flights. Similar in Ireland as well. For next few weeks, it will be the same. But if you are actually coming from a different country, you come in, you have to mandatorily self-isolate for 14 days. So as soon as you reach an airport, I will just read out here. As soon as you reach the airport, you'll be asked to fill in a form, which is like a risk assessment. It's called passenger health. Public health passenger locator form. So if you look in DFA website, so I'll place that link in the description here. So it's actually public health passenger locator form. So as soon as you reach the airport, you'll be asked to actually fill that in. Once you fill it in and you submit your details, you have to self-isolate 14 days. So let's say your exam is actually on the 20th of July and you reach Ireland on the 1st of July. So as soon as you fill that form, you have to self-isolate from 1st of July till 14th or 15th of July. So if you didn't develop any symptoms during that period, you have to maintain good sort of information or communication with RCSI that you're not developing any symptoms. As soon as you hit your 14th or 15th day after isolation, you need to contact RCSI and ask for the next available test date. So the tests are happening, but as I mentioned, it's only happening after confirmation, after risk assessment of individual candidates. So once you come in here, 14 days self-isolation, then only you can go and attend the tests. Only if you don't have any symptoms. Sijo, good to see you. Anish, any RCSI exam updates? That's what I said, Anish. There are exams happening. So also, guys, I'll say to you, please reach out to RCSI website. If you go to RCSI website, you could get these emails, direct emails. Please shoot an email to them. Very responsive. They are very responsive. I have to say, all my candidates or people, those who I represent, they are very responsive. So please reach out to them. Is it difficult to find an employer now, Martin? It's difficult currently for overseas nurses. So if you are an overseas nurse, if you're not in Ireland, it will be difficult because employers want candidates immediately. Unfortunately, the situation is the borders are closed. There are lesser amount of people coming in, and aptitude test dates are aptitude test is happening, but again, the amount of people have to self-isolate. It's again a delay. So the employers are actually looking for candidates who are actually present in Ireland. So if you look in Hirehood website itself, or Hirehood's what you call Facebook page, you could see maybe 20 or 30 jobs available. So that's because all these employers, 90% of them, all want candidates who are actually in Ireland with PIN number, which is extremely hard to get. But still, what I'm saying to you is, it is even difficult for an overseas nurse with a decision letter at this moment. But don't worry, things will change. Give another few more weeks. Hopefully, as we go from phase 1 to phase 2, phase 3, the government is going to ease off the restrictions. Slowly, everyone will be able to find a good employer. Shibi, how many times in a year does the aptitude test conduct? I have to say I can't count how many times, but I can gladly say in a month, maybe two times in a month. So you could calculate around 24 to 30 times a year. But what you could do is, Shibi, you could actually go onto the website, RCSI website, check in the test dates, next available test dates. You will know how many test dates are conducted. Do you have any aptitude classes open at the current moment? You might need to contact the the office for that information. I said, sir, Ireland needs healthcare workers immediately. So as nurse, does it mean I can be hired as early as possible? I have a lot of questions. Said I'll be, as I said, I'll be coming in live session like this. So please leave your questions or ask your questions in this live sessions, which it is very good, because I'm answering your questions, but I'm bringing this or sharing information to a to a larger public. So as to answer your question, I just answered a few seconds ago that there is a massive what you call gap in nursing, and employers want nurses. Unfortunately, overseas nurses are not on a demand, because employers are under tremendous pressure and want immediate nurses to join them. Okay, so I'll be updating about when system changes. Kavya, sir, what is the validity of NMBA PIN number? NMBA PIN number is valid for lifetime. Only thing you have to do is to renew it every single year. So me as a nurse, when I got registered, I get an NMBI PIN number, and that is valid for my lifetime. And every year, by around December time, I have to go in to an MBA website and pay something called annual retention fee, RTF. So when I pay annual retention fee of €100, that will be renewed for the next year. So it's like an annual subscription charge, or you can say it like it's €100 fees, and the NMBA PIN number is valid for forever, for your lifetime. But people often get confused thinking NMBA PIN number and NMBA decision letter. Decision letter, guys, is only valid for 1 year. So if you have a valid decision letter, that will be only valid for 1 year. And due to the current circumstances, the validity can be extended but cannot be guaranteed. So what I have to say is it happens to individuals. So if you're a nurse and you have an MBA decision letter and you're worried that it'll be expired because of the current situation, you need to contact NMBI immediately, ping them or email them and ask about an extension. Hopefully, I'm not guaranteeing. Hopefully, some of the people have got their extension due to the current climatic situations, but some of them were unsuccessful. So I'm not quoting here guaranteed extension, but you need to talk to an MBA directly, and hopefully they will extend. So that is people get this question awful wrong. Asha, do you get any information regarding when they'll lift the travel ban? Currently, Asha, the situations are the same. But as soon as there is an update, I will be the first one to actually create content for you. I am exactly, because there's candidates of Hirehood, those are waiting to come to Ireland, but unfortunately what we can do at the moment, due to the travel ban in India and different countries, they're not able to come in, and if they are able to come in, they have to self-isolate. So that is another area. I'm also waiting like you. So as soon as I have information, I'll be definitely making that. I got AWS, but my DL expires. So Jisha, I hope you're actually are you in Ireland? Or where are you coming from? So maybe can you be a bit more specific about your questions? So it's much easier. Anyways, just ask your question a bit more specific. So thank you, sir, for crystal clear answer. Keep safe. Thanks very much, Sid, and thanks again. Sorry for not answering your questions in the personal messenger. As you know, it's practically impossible for me at this stage. Extremely busy. CB, any news to extension of DL firing in this time? Yeah, CB, I just said that. So please go back to that section in the video. I'll be posting this. Okay. Aljo Johnson says, how long will be taken to get the application pack after submitted the overseas request form? Aljo, it'll take a bit of time due to the current situations. I'm not sure. I hope you're from India, and I hope if the normal postal service is working, it usually takes any time between 2 to 3 weeks. Let's say 2 to 3 weeks realistically. So today you pay the fees, within 3 weeks you will get your application pack. But that's like a normal service. When it's a normal service, it can take up to 3 weeks. But for the situation now, think about double the time. But do understand that last time when I spoke to an MBI, they said, it doesn't matter. as soon as you apply for your application pack, you have 6 months in total to actually get that application filled and send it back to NMBI. So don't be under any pack, because you have practically 6 months, and hopefully they're going to extend a little bit as well, because current situation, when I spoke to NMBI, I particularly asked them what are candidates going to do, because most of the postal service in India and Philippines and different countries are not functioning as normal, and it's taken extremely longer periods to actually deliver these posts, and also colleges and all, they're not working. So what they said was, currently there is no major changes. They are operating as usual. They are also monitoring the current system. So as soon as this COVID situation, if it goes as normal, or if it reduces as we expect, then they won't changes. If it escalates, then they're going to revisit the actual application system, application pack, and etc. So currently it'll take 2 to 3 weeks. Usually it'll take 2 to 3 weeks, but current system, it may take a bit longer. Petra said aptitude test and adaptation, which one is easy to pass? I have to say it depends on you, Petra. Literally, aptitude test is good for people, those who have very good clinical knowledge. Both exams, I wouldn't classify one better over other. Both exams are designed to assess your clinical knowledge. So if you are a nurse, what these exams are doing is they're assessing your clinical skills. So aptitude test is a theory as well as a practical, whereas adaptation is actually like you go into a center, you'll be assigned a mentor, and they will show you the certain things, and they will assess on a day-to-day as a weekly basis. So it's a longer process. It takes anything about 6 to 8 weeks to finish an adaptation program, whereas aptitude test is quite swift. You could actually come in on this week, write theory test. If you're successful, you go on to the next test, which is a OSCE, objective clinical structure exam, and which is actually like station-based exam. So, both exams are similar, but again, the assessment strategy is different. So it depends on you as a person, which one you are comfortable with. So if you are good with theory and one-to-one scenario sessions, brilliant. And it is like within 2 to 3 weeks, you will get your PIN number. But adaptation program, it'll take 6 to 8 weeks. It is a slower process. The assessment strategy is different, and you'll be assigned to a mentor. And also, let me say, adaptation dates are 6 to 8 months from now. So if you want to get an adaptation date, there are only fewer hospitals, those who do adaptation. So if you get a date, I will consider you as one of the lucky person. Anyways, Ashamal, thank you. Good to see you as well. Martin, my DL have validity till next March, but my OET will expire in October. Do I need it? Right? Not at all, Martin. You don't have to. See, people are getting confused. If you are actually, if you in your English language test, let it be Ielts or OET, that's only valid till you actually put forward your application process to NMBI. So you have passed that stage. You have passed. You don't have to write the OET. So let's say you have validity till March. Your DL is valid till March. You don't have to write an OET if it expires in October, because the purpose of OET exam is for you to be assessed by NMBI to give you a decision letter. So once you get a decision letter, you can throw away the OET certificate, okay? You don't have to rewrite. GB, good to see you. Jisha, now I'm in India. I got my AWS. My DL expires in May 11th, and my new start date. And when due to COVID, will they extend DL? Jisha, I would advise you, please contact NMBI directly. And a few of my candidates have got extension. Few of them did not. So it's only case by case basis. You need to talk to NMBI immediately. Go to NMBI website. There is a number. Ring the number, and also send an email. So really quick with their phone services. So just ring the number and explain your situation. Hopefully you'll get an extension. Preet say now they're sending online within a week. Yes, yeah, absolutely. Jaren, hi SREE, the college admits what the impact due to COVID crisis. Many have applied and nurses intakes will delay, I guess. No, Jaren, so far there is no massive delay. As you if you look in this video, I'm going to post in the YouTube channel again, as I said, and in the phase 5, which is actually opening of colleges, schools, and crashes and different sort of educational institutions. On phase 5, which happens in August, everything is actually going to go, if things are going to go as normal as predicted, as we see, the colleges, the schools, everything will rate as normal. So if you have applied or are actually in the process of applying, I have to suggest there's no change so far. Things are actually easing down. In Ireland has seen a positive impact after COVID, so positive response for last few weeks. The amount of community transmissions is extremely low, as well as the new cases. Every single day, new cases are extremely low. You could see that graph if you go into Google and see live cases in Ireland. You can see how well the country is responding, the people are responding in Ireland for the COVID situation, for the COVID crisis. So what I have to say, if we see the actual situation stays as or goes like a positive graph, then there won't be much delays. Intakes won't be delayed, as well as the process of the colleges will operate as normal. So let's hope, let's wait and see. Fingers crossed. I'm also in the same position as you. So Jubi, is it possible to get a maternity hospital? Currently, Jubi, if there are vacancies in Ireland, especially in maternity hospitals and different hospitals, but they're looking for nurses with PIN number. If you're a nurse with PIN number, obviously you can. Jisha, thank you very much. Malati saying, sir, any recruitment from Hirehood for staff? We have plenty of recruitment happening, but it's all those vacancies are based in Ireland, and they're only looking for nurses, those who have PIN number, first of all. Secondly, is for nurses, those who are in Ireland, okay? And nurses and healthcare workers in general. Kirtana, sir, what if DL got expired? Do we have to do a registration from first step? Unfortunately, yes, Kirtana. If your DL is expired, the current situation as standing now is you have to start doing all your registration from first step itself. But as I said, you don't have to worry now. Because of the COVID situation, NMBI is very responsive and actually are supportive as well for the overseas nurses. You need to explain your situation immediately to NMBI, and definitely, guys, there will be a positive sort of they might extend your DL, but it's a case-to-case basis only. The next thing I would quickly touch base is, I spoke about the rates from the Czech or Prime Minister COVID update. I spoke about the COVID update, student visa, full-time part-time jobs, travel ban, overseas recruitment trends. Also, I've been answering a lot of questions. If there's any questions, guys, just keep it rolling. It's more than 37 minutes I'm yapping, so I would like you to interact as well. So just have a question. George said, hello, sir. How many months probably it'll take if I start the processing from now? Approximate duration. George, it depends on your current situation, because I have so many people, those who recently passed their OET and starting their starting their processing, and because of the climatic situations, it has taken extremely long. I can't give you an approximate duration for a general. During when world was normal, I could put it this way: when world was normal, it usually took 4 to 6 months for the whole processing. So from the period of application process till you're in Ireland or till you start as a nurse, it'll usually take 4 to 6 months, only when the world was normal. But now we all are in a new normal. So I have to say that it might take double the time, or maybe it might take from 6 to 8 months duration. So again, it's my guess. I'm just guessing, and I'm just looking at trends, what's happening recently through Hirehood as well as through our candidates. It's a massive delay, so I'm speculating that it'll take 6 to 8 months. Okay, don't take my word. It might be you might be quicker, or you might be delayed. But yeah, that's the situation we're in. Raika, how long the validity of AWS? Is there any problem if it expires before I enter? Yes, it'll be a problem. It'll be 3 months only. So you need to contact the department for extension. If you're thinking, if you're being delayed, if you've been issued at AWS, you need to talk to the Department of Trade and Enterprise. I think you need to talk to them and ask for explain your current situation and ask for a possible extension. Okay, Kirtana, thank you very much. So guys, it's almost 40 minutes, and I hope every single one of you are and be safe. And I have to say a great thanks for joining. Stay and join the live session. And secondly, is I have to say great thanks for being in our Facebook community. And I'll answer questions, and I'll soon wind up our live session. Newbie says, I'm just waiting for a flight to travel from India to Ireland. Brilliant. Same. There's lots of people similar like you. Murali says, is the family visa being processed in this situation? There is family visas and all. It's on hold, very slow. All current situations are being reflective of the situation of the COVID crisis. So hopefully in next few weeks, Murali, you might see the visa offices and everything will be open. So Jaren says, SREE, thanks for the updates. Great initiative. As NMBI has updated the new OET and Ielts scoring on the same, how will it impact the nurse? Brilliant question, Jaren. I think, Jaren, it will impact positively, because if you look at it, like I know personally so many nurses, those who write IELTS or OET, they might be struggling with speaking, but they might get all the other modules 7 or 8 or 7.5 or those kind of things. It's a very point that, because when I wrote during my college time, when I was for IELTS exam, I had so many friends, those who lost speaking, because speaking was considered as a benchmark. Speaking was considered as a benchmark for IELTS or OET scores. But now with new changes, I see that possibly there will be a surge in application process. There will be a huge surge in application process, and it will impact nurses positively. And as I said in my video, NMBI is actually rolling this out, and they're going to test the water and see how it's going to impact the nurses. And if it's positively impacting, that's brilliant. It's a great. If it's negatively impacting, they will review it. Okay, so that's my take on it. Anyways, Raika, thank you very much. Kirtana says, bye, stay safe. Thank you, sir. By Martin, Murali, thank you. What a great work. Thank you very much. I salute every single healthcare worker, guys. I mean, we all as nurses and healthcare workers are doing an extremely great job, and I have to thank every single one of you for what you're doing. And let's keep doing what we're doing with from bottom of my heart. It's a great thanks and a great salute for all of you. I will answer one more question and I will wind this up. For aptitude test preparations, which books do you advise? Which ones are good for preparation? I have to say, Petra, you know, the best thing is to refer the website. Their website has a lot of information. You don't need any books, and RCSI doesn't recommend any books. So you need to actually go to their website. There's so many scenarios, and you just basically do a lot of research, and you will cross a lot of information regarding it. So guys, I have to say, I have to go. It's 43 minutes so far. Until next time, SREE NAIR signing off. Bye.